Welcome back to The Grind. In this video, we are going to talk about how to defeat Nimrod in the Cavalier event quest, and this is also going to apply to other areas of the game because the nodes from Cavalier aren't that significant. Now, there's a lot going on in this fight, but let's break it down. He starts off in Titan Protocol. During this protocol, you deal less damage with your crits, and every time you throw off a special attack, you get a cowardice debuff, decreasing your special attack damage. Every 11 seconds, the protocols change, and the second protocol is Blitz Protocol. Now, during the Blitz Protocol, whenever he attacks into you, including attacking into your block, he's going to remove a prowess or regeneration effect and replace it with a shock. And when you throw special attacks in this protocol, you're going to get a power drain effect. Each time he switches protocols, he's going to gain a protocol charge, and he also gains charges anytime an effect triggers during one of his special attacks. Now, here's an example of when I throw off a special attack during the Titan Protocol, you see the cowardice debuff that applies. Now, King Groot shrugged it off, which is nice. Now we're switching protocol, and you can see the protocol charges went up from 6 to 7. Now, this matters once you get to 10, because then when he throws a special attack, he activates both protocols. But you can see here, we're triggering effects, and that has increased his protocol charge now to 10. And this is happening because one of the specific Cavalier boss nodes gives a prowess every time you dex one of the special attacks. So you're triggering an effect, and because you're triggering an effect during a special attack, he's going to gain charges. Now that he's at 10, when he activates his special attack, he goes into Eradicate mode, which has the effects of Titan as well as Blitz, and his special attacks are going to be unblockable. Now, one of the other nodes for the Cavalier boss is every time he activates a special attack, you're going to get a heal block and an armor break on you. And once you cross a bar of power, this is one of Nimrod's abilities, you have a temporary power lock, so you can't use special attacks. And here's an example of getting that power drain when you activate a special during Titan charge. Now, the special 2 is easier to evade. However, when he is in Titan Protocol or when he's in Eradicate Protocol, when he throws off his special 2, he's going to get an unstoppable buff. So you are going to have to be aware of that, and you're going to want to hold back and not dash in like I just did there. So again, he's just still in Titan when he throws off his special 2. You can see he gets that unstoppable buff. So now let's take a closer look at the special attacks and how you can evade them. The special 1 is a bit harder to evade, but still can be evaded. As soon as Nimrod plants his foot down on the ground, you want to dash back. Again, when he plants his foot down, he starts shooting out his beam, and that's when you want to dash back to evade the beam. And you can dash back in right away. Even though the animation has the beam there longer, you can dash back in and hit him pretty quickly. Now, the special 2 is a lot easier to evade, and as you can see, it's 3 pretty slow projectiles that go across the screen. So don't let yourself get caught because of how slow they are, like I did a few times. Now let's talk about what champions excel at this fight. Now you can pretty much use any champion for this fight because there isn't any necessary requirements that you need to deal with this fight. But some champions will make it easier. One champion I wanted to showcase is King Groot. Mine is only at rank 1, but if I do get him awakened, I will take him to rank 2 because he is an awesome champion. Now, Nimrod is a robot, so that means King Groot Special 2 gets additional burst damage on robots, which is quite nice to have. And if you get a few prowesses built up from the nodes from this fight, you can get some good damage on that. So you want to do it obviously during the Furies, and King Groot's Furies get more and more potent as the fight goes on, so this is going to do much less damage than it would about 30 seconds from now. But King Groot is an option for this fight. Now, Medusa is a fantastic option because while you cannot remove Nimrod's armor ups, you can still cause armor breaks and you can still armor shatter Nimrod with Medusa. That means that once you've armor shattered him, you don't have to worry about him gaining power at all. And that pretty much makes this fight very simple because most of Nimrod's abilities and stuff come from his special attacks. So if he's not going to be using any special attacks, then the fight becomes quite simple. Now, if you're going to use other champions, you're going to want to play around a couple things. The special 1 is challenging to evade, but if you can get that down, you can bait that out and make the fight pretty easy. But if you have trouble with the timing of the special 1 and end up getting clipped sometimes, then you might want to go for the special 2 because it's easier to evade. However, you're going to have to deal with the unstoppable buff. So Dr. Doom was actually one of my top champions for this fight because it didn't matter if I pushed him to a special 2 and then he threw it off and got unstoppable, but also Dr. Doom can control the fight so well you don't even have to let him throw specials. And so Dr. Doom was a fantastic option for me when clearing Cavalier difficulty. And you can block specials because he's pretty tanky, and that will actually decrease the amount of charges that he gains throughout the fight, because every time you dex an attack, he's going to gain more of his charges. Now, Hulkbuster was a fun option to use. He actually does quite well, partly because he has power control as well, but he also just hits really hard. So what you want to do is build up to 2 bars of power. I try to prevent them from throwing special attacks until I get to 2 bars, and then I attack in, do 4-hit combo, have a very slight pause, and then activate my special 2, and they're going to have enough time to block during that pause, but because you're activating the special before they fully recover, they're not going to have a chance to actually use their special attack. And then you can back them into the corner and spam heavy attacks, and then repeat the same thing once you get enough power for a special 2 again. Attack in. You want to be careful about the special lock though, so you want to wait until it's no longer locked before you do your 4-hit combo into a special 2, otherwise you'll catch yourself in a bad situation. And then you just keep on spamming. You can end it off with a special 1 to chain on more heavy attacks, and that was a pretty nice run with Hulkbuster. So again, you can pretty much use any champion for this. She-Hulk would probably be a good option as well, because Nimrod's a large champion, so you can build up your Furies pretty easily. If you're good at dexing the special 1, it'll make the fight pretty quick and easy. But I hope that this video was helpful. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the next video.